Agent. In this file, you will find the complete dossier for James Buchanan Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. You will learn about his history, thematic connection to his cards and Marvel Champions, and Agent Sketch's final thoughts on his kit and what aspects suit him best. Be sure to hit the like button to inform your supervisor that you have completed reading the documents enclosed. Subscribe button to ensure you are receiving this information at the correct address, and leave any additional notes that might need to be added in the contents down in the comment section below. Open the file with caution, and let's begin. James Buchanan Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. His known affiliations are with the New Avengers, the Outer Circle, Strike Force, S.H.I.E.L.D., Avengers, Thunderbolts, Captain America Corps, Kid Commandos, Invaders, Liberty Legion, Young Allies, Sentinels of Liberty, KGB, Department X, Romulus, USA Army, Black Widow Ops Program, and Hellhunters. He is 5'9", has brown eyes, brown hair, and weighs about 260 pounds. His birthplace is Shelbyville, Indiana. His current residence is in a safe house somewhere in New Mexico. Some of his powers include the Infinity Formula, which enhances him to peak human potential. The Cybernetic Enhanced Physiology Bionic Arm, which means he has a lot of cyborg parts that he can manage with his arm, which allow him to do many fantastical things like shoot electrical charges from his arms, to be super strong, to punch things, all of the like. He is a master martial artist, assassin, and spy. He is also a weapon specialist and a master marksman. History. James was born in 1925, but lost his parents in 1935. They both served in the military, so he was able to stay as a ward of that camp in which his parents served, eventually joining the U.S. military himself. There, he was partnered with Steve Rogers and soon discovered that Steve was Captain America. He decided to help him stop Red Skull and became the masked hero known as Bucky. He joined many superhero teams, including the Invaders, with Captain America, and then he led his own two teams. In 1945, in an attempt to stop Baron Zemo, Bucky died in a plane crash. That resulted in the loss of his arm. Well, of course it is a Marvel death, so it was assumed he died. He was not actually dead. He was captured by the Soviets, given a bionic arm, trained in the Red Room where he met Black Widow. That is right, the Black Widow we all have come to know and love, Natasha Romanoff. And of course was used for assassinations as well. On a mission for Red Skull, Bucky was sent to fight Cap, and they fought over the Cosmic Cube. Discovering who he was, Cap then used the Cosmic Cube to restore all of Bucky's memories, which then redeveloped their friendship and gave them an opportunity to become friends again, and Bucky began to join the good guys. After Captain America's death, Bucky took on Cap's mantle. This lasted until he was almost dead himself, and was given the Infinity Formula by the wonderful and everyone's favorite agent, Nick Fury Sr. Of course, after Original Sin, Bucky took on Fury's mantle of Man on the Wall, which means he was the first line of defense, kind of watching space threats coming towards planet Earth. Eventually, he started to lead his own team of Thunderbolts that led them to kill Red Skull. They gave them to Doctor Doom and let Doctor Doom just kill Red Skull. And then they actually then took Doom on themselves. He now leads his own team known as the New Avengers. Of course, he's led several different teams as well. During his time, he led S.H.I.E.L.D., he led Avengers, so he is known to be a strong leader amongst several different teams. Do we find his cards to be themed to be on point? Why, yes, here's some of the cards in his kit that we find to be very thematic, with his cards centering a lot around, the first two centering around quite a bit his arm, his mechanical arm, his bionic arm, cybernetic arm, I guess is how they list it here. You find it, and then you utilize it to do extra damage, which makes sense. He's a lot stronger with that arm, so he would be doing extra damage with those attacks. It is a neat little feature that is a part of his kit. The Winter Rifle then reflects some of his abilities and skills in marksmanship and being a weapon master, though I wish we could have seen a few more of those types of cards in his kit. Some of the other thematic points that are still on point is, of course, he's living in a safe house, as well as being a good, secretive, agent, spy, getting his training from the Red Room, training with Black Widows, as well as being in love with Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff. They are actually in a relationship right now. And the silent infiltration, being able to silently break into places without being seen, even with this big heavy metal arm, showing off his assassination skills. The powers matches in his kit are his arm block, metal punch, and electrical discharge, all relating back to his arm. Agent Sketch wishes they had more cards in his kit that would let him tie back to his marksmanship and martial arts skills. But being able to use his metal arm to do some pretty cool stuff is still a lot of fun. The bigger question is, why minions? He has 2 cards in his kit that center heavily around either bringing minions into play or even defeating them to get 2 threat removed off the scheme. This is the only odd thing that is in his kit. Knowing him to be used to take out as an assassin, to take out some big heavy hitters, to even then leading his own teams, I would be curious to see more of a leadership type focus. Maybe someone that is being able to deal with more heavy hitters than this. It feels odd that he is dealing with the minions, the side pieces to a mission, not the main villains themselves. Not doing extra damage to them or anything of the like. But it is interesting that minions seem to be the case here, and it may be playing back to him just being Bucky Barnes when he first started, where he would deal with the issues on the side while Captain America dealt with the main villain head on. Overall, the theme rating would give him a 5 out of 5. They did a fantastic job of coordinating this character back to the character in the comics. Even though Agent Sketch has a few differing opinions, this is still a well-designed kit and card and quite enjoyable to play. It makes you feel like you are playing Bucky Barnes. Any agent playing the game may be curious as well to what aspect suits him best. In order, Agent Sketch perceives these are the best orders for the aspects. Bucky plays well in any aspect, but aggression and protection were probably going to be his top ones, followed by justice and then ending with leadership. Which may sound odd because leadership allows you to play a lot of allies, but if you're leaning into what Bucky Barnes does with his cybernetic arm, leaning into it benefiting attack events, there's just not many attack events in the power of leadership and the leadership builds for Bucky to play off of to use his arm for. However, it is quite fun to see him use the new Captain America attachment. The rest of the aspects have quite a few attack events in which you can use your cybernetic arm to do some extra boost damage with him. Overall, Bucky's enjoyable in any aspect, so please don't turn your nose up into trying him in all 4. That is the conclusion of Agent Sketch's thoughts on Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. Agent, if he is missing any information, please leave it in the comment section down below. Be keeping an eye out for the next dossiers coming in soon. It is important for every agent to study these heroes and know them well.